Atlantis, a name that has captured imagination for centuries, filled with mystery, grandeur, and endless debate. Was it fact or was it legend? Our first reference to Atlantis comes from ancient Greece, written by the philosopher Plato around 360 BCE in his dialogues Timaeus and Critias. Plato described an island civilization lying beyond the pillars of Heracles, the strait we now call Gibraltar, larger than both Libya and Asia combined. Atlantis, he wrote, was blessed with fertile soil, fresh water, bountiful harvests, and skilled architects who designed magnificent canals, temples, and golden palaces. At the heart of the island stood a dazzling circular city, concentric rings of land and water, remarkable in their symmetry, order, and legendary beauty. Within its walls rose enormous temples and gleaming pillars of orichalcum, a metal said to shine like fire, unmatched in splendor. The Atlanteans thrived, building fleets of ships and armies of warriors, extending their influence deep into the ancient Mediterranean world. Yet with power came arrogance, greed spread, virtue declined, and corruption poisoned the once great people of Atlantis. In their hubris, the Atlanteans sought to conquer Athens, but their grand invasion collapsed in humiliation and defeat. The gods punished Atlantis for its corruption. Earthquakes and floods consumed the island in a single day and night. The mighty island vanished beneath the waves, its people, cities, and glory swallowed by the sea forever. For Plato, Atlantis served as a moral warning. Civilizations that abandon virtue face inevitable downfall. Some ancient readers took the tale literally, believing Plato had preserved forgotten history from long ago. But not everyone agreed. Aristotle, Plato's student, dismissed Atlantis as pure invention, noting that the philosopher created and destroyed it himself. Over centuries, the story lingered quietly in manuscripts, resurfacing from time to time, but never widely embraced. During the Renaissance, the rediscovery of ancient texts brought renewed curiosity, as explorers imagined the island might truly exist. Spanish sailors crossing the Atlantic wondered whether the New World could in fact be Atlantis, mistaken for myth by antiquity. These speculations merged with tales of golden cities and indigenous traditions, blurring fact and legend together. In the 19th century, Atlantis became an obsession fueled by archaeologists, scholars, mystics, and adventurers alike. Ignatius Donnelly's 1882 book, Atlantis, The Antediluvian World, transformed curiosity into global fascination. Donnelly argued that every great civilization, from Egypt to the Americas, descended from a lost Atlantean mother culture. His passionate writing convinced many that Atlantis was not just myth, but an actual drowned continent awaiting rediscovery. Supporting him was a new idea: myths sometimes contained truth. The discovery of Troy, once thought fictional, proved such stories could rise from legend to fact. Troy's example raised hopes that Atlantis too was real, lying buried and waiting beneath sea or soil. In the 20th century, new theories emerged, mixing archaeology and imagination with global scope. Some argued Atlantis was actually Santorini, ancient Thera, destroyed by volcanic eruption in the Bronze Age. The Minoans there had built advanced cities with streets, plumbing, and artistry beyond their time, fueling comparisons to Atlantis. But critics noted that Plato clearly placed Atlantis beyond Gibraltar, not within the Mediterranean. Others searched the open Atlantic. Underwater ridges like the Azores Plateau were claimed as remnants of a vanished continent. Sonar surveys revealed no palaces, but hopeful imaginations kept the idea alive for decades. The hunt expanded into the Caribbean. Legends and ruins inspired speculation that Atlantis might lie beneath those seas. Off Cuba in the early 2000s, sonar suggested unusual seafloor formations. Hopes soared, but evidence remained inconclusive. Atlantis also thrived in the cultural imagination. Writers like Jules Verne and countless filmmakers reimagined the legend in vivid new ways. In these retellings, Atlantis shifts forms, sometimes a technological utopia, other times a moral cautionary tale. In modern comics and films, Atlanteans appear as warriors, adventurers, or guardians of the oceanic world. The story survives because it adapts. Each age reshapes Atlantis to mirror its own dreams and anxieties. Yet beneath myths are real questions. Could Atlantis preserve distorted memories of actual events? At the end of the Ice Age, seas rose dramatically, drowning long coastlines and submerging human settlements forever. Across cultures, oral traditions recall great floods, perhaps echoing these catastrophic changes. Such memories could have fused into Plato's narrative, reshaped through philosophy and storytelling. Others argue Atlantis is symbolic, representing humanity's longing for paradise, lost or perfection, ruined by human flaws. Stories of golden ages appear everywhere: Eden, Shangri-La, Lemuria. Atlantis joins this timeless family of lost worlds. The fascination endures precisely because Atlantis remains unsolved, hovering between history, myth, and imagination. Without hard evidence, imagination fills the void, and each theory finds believers eager for wonder. For some, Atlantis represents extraterrestrials guiding humankind's first civilizations. For others, it's a metaphor for spiritual journey, descent into the depths, then ascent toward wisdom. But Atlantis also reminds us of humility. Civilizations rise, flourish, and then collapse, whether by hubris or by nature. No empire lasts forever. Even the proudest achievements vanish into dust or sea in time. Meanwhile, scientists continue scanning the ocean floor, uncovering traces of real drowned cities across the world. Pavlopetri in Greece and Heracleion in Egypt prove communities can indeed vanish beneath the waves. Each discovery fuels renewed hope that greater mysteries, perhaps even Atlantis, wait in the ocean's depths. Whether or not Atlantis existed, its legacy is undeniable. It thrives in the human imagination. Atlantis has lasted not one day and night, but 2 millennia, surviving in stories, research, and endless dreams. Its treasure for us is wonder itself, the spark that drives humanity to look beyond horizons, forever searching.